here on the field of 68, and we are now joined by Rashawn Burno, the head coach at Northern Illinois. Coach, you lost Diggy Coit to Kansas. You lost Xavier Amos to Wisconsin. You lost Keshawn Williams. How do you go about in an offseason like this, kind of rebuilding and retooling a roster, and how difficult is that at this level?
Extremely difficult. Obviously at this level, you want continuity. You want, familiarity with your roster, but in this present day, you have to be able to adapt. You got to rely heavily on your relationships within the business. You have to also plan too, right? We knew once the transfer portal, once this NIL space, we knew we had to have backups in case of worst case scenarios, right? So you're almost always planning from the standpoint of a doomsday type situation. And so we went out and we didn't try to replace those guys, right? Because it's hard to replace, a 1,000-point scorer like Diggy Coit in 2 years. But what you try to go do is you try to go get the best player that can fit this upcoming season. And that's what we went out and did. We got some really good pieces that's going to make us a better team. So yet again, we didn't try to go out and replace Diggy Coit or Xavier Amos or Keshawn Williams. We went out and got the best players that fit what we were trying to get accomplished.
Quentin Jones, a guy who's coming back to Chicago, played at Cal Poly, was really good. We're going to talk to him a bit here, but he's obviously somebody that you have a lot of faith is going to be a major part of this year's team. Why?
Well, just his ability to play both sides of the ball. He's a guy that broke our hearts. Initially, we wanted him out of high school, made a bonehead decision to go out to the West Coast, but we were fortunate to get him back. But he's a guy that, has a size to really impact both sides of the ball. I think my style of play will allow our guards to be very, very creative and give them the freedom to be to play with confidence. So I think like the style of play is going to fit him, the freedom, but he's a guy that can really impact both sides of the ball. I expect him to have a really good all-league type season and be one of the better players in the MAC.
Hey,
you
Rob,
got 5 division. Go ahead, Jeff.
Go ahead, Rob. Go ahead. Then I'll take this off the rails a little bit.
You got 5 Division I transfers coming in. You got a pair of JUCO transfers coming in. You got a couple of freshmen who other than Quentin, who has kind of impressed you? Who is maybe outperformed kind of what your expectations were for them when you brought them into the program?
Well, it's a guy that was already in the program, a kid by the name of Ethan Butler, who transferred in from Oregon. Ethan is going to have a tremendous impact on our success. He took last year as a learning experience. He played behind Amos up until Amos's injury. And I thought he had the right intentions going into the summer. And he's been playing really stellar ball for us. He's 6'8". He can play 4 and 5. He can shoot it. He's a good athlete. And I expect with obviously added playing time, he's really going to make a significant jump. He had games of last year of double figure type scoring situations for us, double rebounds, rebound nights. So now he's just got to stay healthy and put it all together. But Ethan Butler, we have some really other pieces. James Dent, who is a double figure scorer from who transferred in, who has a tremendous amount of experience. So unlike last year's team where we had a lot of unproven guys, I wanted to go get guys who've actually done it at the collegiate level, so there's an easier transition with the new expectation within the roles.
All right, Rob, I'm going to give you a little secret here on Burno. He welches on his bets. When he loses bets, he doesn't always pay up.
Wow.
And this goes back. Do you know what I'm talking about, Burno? You remember?
The Billy Donovan?
You don't remember? Yeah.
Please,
you remember?
Yeah,
right, so
this is the type of guy Jeff is. Got it.
This is Burno and Matt McCall. We're at dinner, and it's right after they won back-to-back titles at Florida. Both are assistant coaches at that point. And I told them both. I said, all right, let's bet. I said, Billy's gone. He's gone. He's off to the NBA. And they both said, nah, no chance. I remember sending Burno even some real estate spots in Oklahoma City.
Let's be honest. This is Jeff in my darkest moment, right? My good friend leaves. I'm on a plane. Phone is blowing up. your colleague, Jeff Goodman, sends me a Zillow app with a home in OKC. Who does that? Most friends consult, hey man, it's okay, life is gonna move on. He sends me a Zillow app with an OKC location. So
Think
yes,
about it.
I welcome him.
If you had bought that, think of what it's worth now. It doubled. That
But
doubled.
most people will have some empathy, not Jeff. Jeff has continually rained on my parade for years. And that was one of the weakest moments of my career. Jeff found it in his heart to make fun of me and send me Zillow apps.
I got a couple more things for you. Duster. When Berno was a prep school coach back at, was it Marmion Academy? Right?
Yes.
Marmion Academy.
Correct.
What was the name of the fan section called there, Berno?
Berno's Inferno.
Berno's Inferno. Can we bring Berno's Inferno back?
Yes, we can. And Jeff I consider Jeff a friend too, by the way. So, and I appreciate you going down memory lane, Jeff. Yet again, some dark moments. You love to bring that up. Berno's Inferno. And you sending me Zillow apps. Yeah, it was rolling. But I'm still.
I got one more for you. One more for you before
here.
Doster takes it back on the tracks here. Tell me the time that you went fishing with Billy Donovan.
The hostage situation. So this was like my first week on a job, and Billy says, "Hey, do you want to go fishing?" And I'm like, "Sure, I'll go." Right, Billy Donovan. You want to get some FaceTime with the boss, show him how great you are. We can, and so Billy is like ultra competitive, and so we meet at Cedar Key. And he chartered a boat, and I'm like, wow, this is going to be nice. But coach, what time will we get back? I'm from Jersey City. We don't do too much time on the water, right? So he goes, yeah, we'll be back. We'll go back for a couple hours. Now, mind you, we left at 5 a.m, and we were out there for 12 hours to the point where I had to use a sat phone. And I'm like, Bill, I couldn't say anything because I didn't want to look like I'm soft, but I was really scared. Because we went out there, like there was nothing and you couldn't see. And I'm like, Coach, like, are we ever going to go back? So yeah, it was a hostage situation. We laugh about this to this day. Yeah.
Did you have your life preserver on? How good a swimmer are you, Berno?
Once again, us Jersey City guys don't go into the pool much. So I'm not a great, at that point.
Okay, wait. All right. You, Bobby Hurley, Danny Hurley. Who's the best swimmer? Who wins a race in the pool?
I would say Bobby because he's a maniac. Yeah, anything competitive, Bobby would pull you down before he let you win. So I would say Bobby. I would say Danny's a close second, but Bobby's no way. Bobby's letting you win in anything.
So basically, you're drowning. If you have to race Bobby and Danny, you're drowning.
I'll give you an example. There's a quick Bobby story. We're out in Arizona State, and we're in LA to see a kid, Remy Martin, and I leave my wallet in the rental car. And if you know LAX, it is a crank to get back. I go, Bob, I left my wallet. Most people now we're at the rental car center. No, I'm sorry, we're at the gate. Most people go, hey, don't worry about it. I'll meet you. Bob goes, I'll meet you at home. I'm like, you're just gonna leave? He said, yeah, I'll just meet you at home. So that's Bobby.
Where do we go from here, man? All right, Berno, if you guys are going to pull off an upset like the football team did, give me one thing that's going to have to happen for you guys this year. What's the key?
I would say it has to be unbelievable fan support at the Convocation Center. And honestly, with this group, we're going to be in a lot of those situations. Obviously last year's team didn't live up to expectations, but this is a different group. And we're going to be in a lot of games this year based on our talent and how connected we are. But like in any big upset opportunity, you got to play clean. You got to, obviously value the ball, and we got to make threes.
Yeah. All right. So fan support's going to be the key, which means that's official request right there from Northern Illinois head coach Rashawn Burno to bring back Burno's Inferno in the student section there at Northern Illinois University.
Hey,
Listen, man.
Jeff, I think you're on to something. I'm getting the T-shirts made. So Adidas,
Yes.
if you're listening, we're going to need T-shirts. I'm going to get with the marketing department. It was a process, but we're going to get that going. Jeff, I'm going to owe it all to you, too. I'm going to give you a percentage of every
Send me one.
shirt sold. You
Send me
heard
one.
it here first. Now, if I send you a shirt, will you wear it?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
You heard it. Did you hear? Okay, you heard it here first.
Look, I got to get one of those too. Burno, I got to get one of those too.
Burno's Infernos is coming back.
Listen, I can say honestly that this was probably the most entertaining interview we've done through the entire fall. Burno, appreciate you being here, man. We'll be back with more Mac Media Day coming up next.
Thank you, guys. Go Huskies.
Welcome back to Mac Media Day here on the field of 68, and we are now joined by Quentin Jones, a transfer sophomore at Northern Illinois University. Quentin, let me ask you this, man. You're a freshman last year at Cal Poly. You average double figures. You're 6'5". You shoot 40% from three. And I know when you hit the portal, guys that are 6'5", 40% from three, double figure score, freshmen, I'm sure that you had a lot of people reaching out to you. Why was it Northern Illinois? Why was it Coach Burno? What made you want to come back to NIU and make this be the program of your future?
Obviously, being closer to home was a plus. I took a visit here on my spring break, and I think that was one of the main factors on why I chose to come here. I think they really showed interest in me heavily and maintained that interest, and I think just them being real with me and just really just telling me flat out exactly what they wanted from me and what they expected, and just seeing the campus, seeing everything. It was just a great experience, and I think that's what led to me picking NIU.
What was it like being a Chicago kid going all the way out to San Luis Obispo? I mean, that is like different worlds, isn't it?
Definitely. That was something I had to adjust to for sure. Summertime was kind of normal because we just playing basketball. But once school started, it's a bit of a culture shock. It's different from Chicago, so that took some adjusting. My assistant coach, Omar Lowry, he really helped me adjust, and I think that the connection with the coaches and my teammates really made it enjoyable.
Give me a little scouting report on yourself, Quentin. Strengths, weaknesses for those people that maybe didn't get a chance to see you, certainly at Cal Poly and even maybe Marian Catholic in Chicago.
I would say I'm an all-around player. I'm going to give you everything. I think I led the team in steals last year, third in rebounds. So I think I have a motor that carries me to want to do everything and put my input in everything. So I would say I'm a 3-level scorer. I can defend and play multiple positions. I like to get my teammates involved. I would say going into this season, my main focus from last year to improve is free throws and field goal percentage and my assist to turnover ratio. So those are the 3 things that I would say I'm focusing on, and just trying to be more efficient and pick my spots more, pick better spots, take better shots. Those are some of the things I'm focusing on this year.
Culture is such a buzzword in college basketball these days, and coaches love to throw it around and players love to throw it around. You got 3 years of eligibility left. What are you doing to kind of invest in the development of the culture at Northern Illinois and kind of building the framework of not just like a team, but a program and a group of guys that can go out there and compete and try to win together?
I'll say this summer we really did a lot of bonding. This fall we've been real close. I think we got a really great group. a lot of different people, like Coach Berno said, coming from a lot of different places, a lot of experience. I think everybody coming in with the right intentions to try to secure wins. I think that's been one of the main focuses. Is we got guys who are graduating, we got guys who, myself, I haven't had a successful college year yet, and I'm hungry for wins. I think that we got some JUCO guys who trying to prove themselves. I think everybody just coming in with the right mindset and willingness to learn. I think I've been coming in every day. My main focus is to just keep getting better and keep learning, keep learn to see the game more than just rushing things and trying to outrun people. I would say I've really just been trying to focus and find my spots better. I think everybody just coming in with the right intention should lead to some success.
So why did the Steph Curry phase end in middle school? How long did it last, and why did it end?
The Steph Curry phase?
Yeah, well, weren't you the mouthpiece?
Me?
Yeah. No?
Nah, I think I stopped wearing a mouth. Oh, I do have a mouthpiece story, actually. Yeah.
Right?
My 5th grade year, I had a mouthpiece, and we weren't really that great, but it was blueberry flavor. So I was really showing it off and really chewing on it, and we lost bad. And my parents took it right after that game, and I never
That
wore
was
a
it.
mouthpiece again after that. Yeah.
I
Blueberry
heard you
flavored
also.
mouthpiece.
I know that sounds gross. Really, really gross.
Nah,
I heard you
cool.
you also get really excited before games. I don't know if you still do, but the word is you used to lay out your uniform early AAU. Like you'd wake up, mom would be like, "Hey, go back to sleep. You still got like 4 hours to go before we got to get up and leave for a game." Do you still get that excited? Like last year, Cal Poly, this year at Northern Illinois, are you still that guy who like just has so much energy and almost nervous energy?
No, I wouldn't call it nervous, but I'll definitely say I still have that energy. I might not lay my jersey out and wake up 4 hours before the game, but trust me, 2 hours before the game, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go.
Ready to go.
Are you going to give us your best Rashawn Burno story now?
It's one of the two. I'll say we got a manager named Mac, and Coach Berno loves to hype him up after practice, and so the managers will play one-on-one, and that's just a whole thing there. I would just say Coach really liked to egg that on and instigate. I'll say after we had some event here, and he told us to get dressed. We were all in the locker room. He said, "Get dressed. Get some shoes that you can get dirty." We go out. We all walk into the track. We thought we was about to run. I thought it was about to get bad, but he just had us play kickball on the soccer field. So I'll say Berno just liked to play around a lot. He's just real funny. Got energy all the time.
What do you think of us bringing back Berno's Inferno? This was when he was a prep school coach, and they had Berno's Inferno as a fan, the fan section, student section. What do you think about that?
We gotta get that back going for sure. That'd be interesting. That'll be interesting. See, yeah. That's gonna bring some energy out for sure.
Quentin, listen, I just Googled it. Okay. There is a brand called Shock Doctor that makes mouth guards that are blue raspberry flavored. It's not blueberry, but they're blue raspberry flavored. So if anybody from Shock Doctor is listening, you got your perfect NIL spokesman right there. I got you covered, Quentin. I got you covered here. Listen, we'll be back with more from Mac Media Day here on the Field of 68 coming up in just a minute.